today. Because today, we have, in the top position of purity in industry, our dear Terran. He is Whohasmyname, alias Ifiwereasoup. Oh no, wait. No, that's not it. Alias Erebus. Yeah, Ifiwereasoup is definitely the Protoss, who's probably gonna become Soup this time. Representing Team Alpha X. Ifiwereasoup, the Protoss. So we have a very standard opener this time for our dear friend Whohasmyname. He's going with a Sparrows gas. Nothing too fancy, but he's gonna do the scouting dance because you know how Protosses are. You know how this goes, right? You have a pylon in your base or near your base, and next thing you know, you're calling GG and crying to your favorite parent, or if you don't have parents, to whatever comfort figure you have around. Ifiwereasoup obviously doing a little bit of harassment, trying to stop that barracks. Unfortunately, he got a little bit too late to the party here. Erebus getting a nice scout around the base. Just making sure that his opponent is not hiding anything sneaky. This Pro is probably overstaying its welcome, but I think if it doesn't leave, it'll probably die to that Reaper anyway. So both players getting a very, very thorough scout, lingering in each other's base. Wait. Oh no, he's coming back, he's coming back. I was like, did he miss it? But no. Of course he didn't miss it. He's a Terran, he knows his stuff. Erebus calling it a day with a nice scout of the base. Preparing for the next stage of his master plan to wreck this Protoss. Getting a second gas and also getting a factory. Stalker will probably be able to keep Erebus out of his base for a bit, but remember that Reapers are fast. Oh, if this Reaper makes it out alive of this scouting mission, oh, here we go. Let's see. Well, at least he's interrupting mining time, which is already good. Oh, let's see. Will he make it out? Is he the lucky Reaper? Oh, too bad. He was not. We believed, though. We had faith. Erebus being extra careful, just mounting up his bunker, making sure that there's no shenanigans in here. So we get the two stalkers for Ifiwereasoup making their way to the base, just for a little poke. This is not meant to do much other than probably catch a couple of units off guard. But just for the most part, size up the army of the Terran. Ooh, they're gonna actually sneak in, so that's a smart move by Ifiwereasoup, but the Marines are already here to keep this menace at bay. Ifiwereasoup losing already one Stalker. This Stalker is extremely low. It could actually be surrounded by SCVs and die. Easy peasy, and there it goes down. Thank you, support tank. Tank best unit. In the meantime, Ifiwereasoup getting extra gateways, and also a Robo getting ready for probably that around 6 to 7 minute timing. Both players playing it really safe. Actually, Erebus getting a Viking here. Probably his intuition tells him that there will be a War Prism eventually around his base, trying to mess up with his mojo. But he's prepared. He's got it. Getting also that third base ready and up. I don't think I don't think the Protoss has any intention of getting a third base early whatsoever. He's probably gonna go for a 2-base aggro. Because that's what they do. It is what it is, people. You cannot deny your true nature. There we go, we have the IMO out. And also the Protoss getting a couple of batteries, which are also very important in that natural base. Because you never know when the Terran's gonna come poke with medevacs. Kinda like we did in that game, you know? Ooh, Erebus has to be that careful with that Viking. He's gonna get sniped. Easy peasy by Ifiwereasoup with that blink. There is a backup Viking though, so it's not a big deal still. But this definitely revealed Ifiwereasoup's intentions. Erebus just looking for that push that is apparently not coming at this point. Since it got spotted. Erebus making his way across the map, and now Ifiwereasoup spots it. Spots what's coming. I don't know if he's all that prepared for this. He's gonna do obviously a warp in for Zealots. That's gonna probably help buffer a lot of the damage that's gonna come in his way in a bit. But remember that Erebus has plenty of tanks, has 3 tanks ready. He's got high ground vision with that Viking. So this is gonna be a little bit dicey for Ifiwereasoup. If he can get it right and probably snipe that Viking, this would probably shut down most of what's about to come. But I don't know. I don't know if he feels confident about this. There goes Stalker's probably going to be able to see that Viking. Actually not sniping in time, so he's going to lose a couple of units to that tank fire. Here comes the Liberator, also for support. Trying to zone out that army, but I think in this case, just trying to attack with the Zealots is the smartest thing to do. But right now, these Immortals are a little bit, let's say, overpowered by the Liberator. But Ifiwereasoup was able to clear this off, which was top priority, and definitely. Now he can safely get a third base, which he actually does. I just want Erebus now to take a base. Come on, float this. Float this and take that third, Erebus. Now completing his 4th and 5th barracks. Already adding the production. I wish I was that diligent in my production. I'm not. All is quiet in the Protoss base. And now Erebus taking this very bold position in the map. Which, yeah, can be a little bit exposed, but also gives him a little bit more control over the map, especially because he's so close to the mid-section of the map. I also wish someone would take this Zelnaga tower. More Marines streaming out for Erebus. Both players just massing up their armies, taking care of their macro, making sure they're saturating their bases, getting all the higher tech. Already Erebus with +1/+1 almost complete. Ifiwereasoup with the worker transfers, and everything seems calm and very collected after that somewhat hectic opening that we had. So we're gonna go for the 4th base action, people. Here we go. This is really nice harass from Erebus, but Ifiwereasoup was prepared for this 3 Stalkers. You can still lose them though, because Stim Marines are quite powerful. There we go. Another Stalker goes down. This one will probably go to 2. Now it's time to pick up, but at least he has a scout on the thermal lance already on the way. So intel plus some units. Wow, this is probably doing much more damage than Ifiwereasoup was expecting. There we go. Now with this other, but it's only 1. What is Ifiwereasoup doing? Come on, man. Don't be shy. Warping all your stuff. Here we go. The Stalkers are coming in. Probably should get a snipe of that medevac, which now he does. But right now, Thermal Lance is kind of on a pause at this point. He's going to have to rebuild that pylon if he wants to get it back. In the meantime, Erebus massing a sizable army right now. Let's look at army supply. It's still very close. Probably Ifiwereasoup shouldn't have lost all those units. He probably lost like 6 stalkers, a pylon, a zealot. That was a little bit too much. There we go, finally Erebus taking the Zolnaga. And also taking his 4th base. I think both very logical moves, all things considered. Want to keep tabs of that aggression, make sure that the 4th is nice and safe. Erebus scanning now for any probable locations. Now he spots the 4th base. Well, the 3rd in this case. 4th is being built up right now. Ifiwereasoup anticipates an attack through the front door, but I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. Here he sees the scan. Ifiwereasoup moves out, probably trying to get a little bit of a flank on Erebus. Here he comes down, destroying that pylon. Let's see how he reacts to this. These zealots who have already charged. And remember, zealots with charge are pretty complicated to deal with. The really nice flank from Ifiwereasoup with that Colossus. This is not a good moment for Erebus. He's gonna have to just pick up and leave. Not doing much and actually losing quite a bit of army there. A little bit unfortunate. This will probably make Ifiwereasoup more confident taking that base. He's like, nah, there's no way. There's no way this Terran is coming back. In the meantime, Erebus has been mining for this, from this base for quite a while. I think the army advantage is still there for him. Well, at least the econ advantage is still there for them. Slowly but surely, climbing up. Getting +2 armor. Really diligent with his upgrade so far. Ooh, getting more bases. I mean, if the Protoss is not attacking and not pressuring, might as well just expand all over the map. Still, if I were Ifiwereasoup, a little bit shy, a little bit slow with his transfer, but it's already there. It's trying to mine. But already the 5th and 6th base of the Terran on their way. Not sending out scouts to properly assess the situation here. Trying to get a few scans around the map as well. We got also disruptors from the Protoss. This probably help with the bio ball. This was gonna make Erebus's engagement a little bit more complicated. Let's say another layer of difficulty has been added. The player is making units, and the army of the Protoss is starting to look a little bit scary. But overall, in terms of supply, they're pretty even. But the Protoss units can be so tricky. Here we go. Now, Ifiwereasoup starts moving across the map, it's gonna be spotted by those Marines. Ooh, was that an F2? Maybe that was a little bit of an F2, because everything is going back. And Erebus setting up to engage this army. Let's see how that goes. Disruptor control. Here we're gonna see if Ifiwereasoup has what it takes to deal with this Terran army. Here goes the first disruptor, Nova. Actually lands pretty nice. If he actually loses the second disruptor, and now these Colossi are in such trouble. I think those disruptors did not do the damage that they were intended to do. Now he's on the run. It's gonna actually work out. Doing a recall there. Just such a good engagement for over Erebus. Is probably gonna go and say, you know what, it's go time. Oh, but look at this counterattack. He is facing a planetary though, and these liberators are definitely gonna help, but probably doing a lot of damage here and interrupting mining time, just always annoying. But here we have the big engagement, the one that really matters, and those disruptors just drop like flies, not even doing that much damage to the Terran army now. Those disruptors are just not paying for themselves at all. Nice positioning with the Liberators, and now Erebus is going to slowly climb up this ramp. And so now the Protoss, and these bases are so exposed at this moment. I think, however, that he's going to focus on this part because he wants to get rid of that army for good. But we'll see. There's still Colossus in this mix. And despite all odds, this ends up in favor of the Protoss, at least in this position, but he's still down in army supply, which is ultimately good for the Terran here. Both players again gathering their forces, and Erebus hasn't seen this observer, which has actually given a lot of information to the Protoss, but one thing is to get information, and one thing is to be able to do something with it, because this army is not looking all that great right now. There we go, he has this, drops the scans, looking for observers or any spotter pylons that might be in the way. Ifiwereasoup already reacted with this warp in, but this is not enough to contain the Terran army that is coming. No, all those suckers are in so much trouble, and actually, if Ifiwereasoup decides to forfeit this Nexus, if it falls, he's not losing his workers anytime soon. A little bit of exchanges, and I would actually like to see some counterattacks, some Zealot Orphans from Ifiwereasoup. He has nothing close by to do the warp in. I haven't even seen a warp prism on this part. Well, that's unfortunate. Ifiwereasoup pushing back Erebus, but Erebus is still the lead in the army, so he still can go in there and cause some havoc again. Erebus scanning all over the place, making sure there's no spotting units. Ifiwereasoup trying to rebuild in this lower position. Maybe to try to trick the Terran into believing that he hasn't rebuilt that base. Or at least for it not to be spotted for the time being. Terran once again moving forward. Can Ifiwereasoup do anything at this point? He's gonna have to micro his life. Here we go, another scan drop by the Terran, and I think he's feeling confident now that this could be the last engagement. Ifiwereasoup just dancing around the current situation. No, I wouldn't. No, Ifiwereasoup, don't push into that. You know better. Come on. Oh, and look at this flank. DT's on the way to start working on that bio, but I mean, one scan could make the difference here. There we go. Nice scan by Erebus. A little bit late there. Still these DTs trying to make their way. I mean, I think it's a little bit naive from Ifiwereasoup to assume that the Terran doesn't have enough scans to deal with this. I think right when he's distracted, he's gonna attack. Right about now. When the Terran is distracted, and that did not happen. Damn it, Ifiwereasoup. I wanted to root for him, but now I'm not so sure. There we go, the tank in range of those Archons, doing a little bit of work there. Erebus repositions his Liberators, and now he pounces up with all of the bio. See how many units can get here. Oh, those Marauders so powerful, taking most of the Colossus out and actually knocking out the shield from one of them. Oh, these Colossus are just gonna drop like cardboard dummies. Once again, the Terran gathering his army. Not in the lead anymore, but still in the lead economy-wise. Oh, this is what I wanted to see from Ifiwereasoup like 5 minutes ago. Here we go. Let's see if this run by proves to be effective for the Protoss, who actually has quite a bit of bases exposed. But Erebus has been very smart to turn these into planetary fortresses. He's probably gonna get most of the workers at least, right? Right? He's gonna get the workers, right? No, he's probably not. Okay. In the meantime, we also have an engagement in the middle of the map. Ifiwereasoup trying to find an exposed space. He's just not being able to do it. Just not getting those efficient engagements that he wants. Though, yeah, this warping. That warping was so sad. Now the Protoss is definitely in the run, and Erebus smells blood in the water here. He's trying to look for loose army units. Maybe another base. Now he scans and he sees the 4th base location. He was like, there's no way you have that production. Have no other base. Catches all these units a little bit of flirt, but he has to be careful with those zealots because he's very low on his bio. Really nice micro lurker in that choke point. There we go, micro once again. A little bit of a misclick there, but still really nice exchange there. Just killing so many zealots. And I mean, they're just 100 minerals, but over time, yeah, that was a big loss. GG, well played. And Erebus / Whohasmyname / viewer / subscriber of this channel wins that game in a very, very convincing fashion.